Okay guys, now for this particular one we are going to be creating these animations. Now bear in mind that I'm not going to be showing you how to put in the text. The text is the same with everything. The style is the same, whether you are moving from left to right or right to left, up, down, down, up. It's all the wipe effect. You get it now guys? All right, so I'm just going to be showing you how I made the shapes. Okay, so I'm going to blow this up as usual so we can see exactly what we are doing. Let me blow it up a lot. All right, so now we are going to come in here and bring in our shape, unlink that, make this 700, and then make this 255. Now we are going to switch off that, switch it off, and then enable the stroke. Make the stroke white, increase the size, click here to make it sharp edge, and then not a rounded cap but a straight cap. All right, now for this one we are going to trim it to 1 second because we don't need the whole length of it, so just trim it to 1 second, and then go in and bring in the effect, drawing an edge, add this, and then flow from start to end. So we have something like this. But for this one, we don't want it to flow from the top left. We want it to flow from the bottom left. So I'll go in, I'll tap on it, come to this option here, and flip vertically. So we have that now. All right, so we do the second one. Let me just duplicate this. No, I won't be duplicating it because it won't give us what we want. So because you know this the second shape started from the middle, not from the edge. All right, so the only way to get that is to draw it. So you come to your vector drawing, and yeah, you can drag your crosshair here, and then just create the points. Just create the points. Yeah, you can use that to monitor the edges, and yeah, drag that down. Just try to be as accurate as you can be. All right, just try to be as accurate as you can be. Let me drag this in here. Yeah, so let's trace this point and put that there. Don't worry, we'll adjust it. So just try to draw the square as much as you can. Beautiful. And then we'll switch off the color fill, color, and then enable the stroke. Going to make it this grayish color, and then increase the size just so it can cover the white one, and then make the edges sharp, and then undo that. So now we can go back in this place and then adjust it. So this is where you adjust the points. All right, you see the nodes moving. Once it appears at the green part, it means that is where the node is. So you can adjust this one now. Okay, so just adjust it and make sure it is where it is supposed to be. Okay, nice. So what you need to do now is adjust it to that point, and then adjust it to 15 frames or thereabouts. And then you can come in and add your effect, drawing an edge, and then draw gradually. So you have something like this, but it's too late, so I'll drag it to the front a little bit. Yeah, something like that works. Let's adjust it more. Yeah, that's better. Now that we are done with that, the next thing we want to do now is draw that I'll increase it like so before I unlink it. So now you can unlink it and then just drag that like this. Nice. So I'll change the color. Change the color like that and then bring it to back. Okay, so now that we are there, let me bring it here so my timing can be accurate. I'll adjust it later. So at this point, I'll click on my rectangle tool. Now we want it to move from, because I'm not using the wipe effect, all right, I want to use the move effect. I want to use this effect to move it from up to down, not the wipe effect. So what I need to do now is I'll come to this. You click on your move, not your transform. I want to use my transform, my move now. So just put your eye at the center of that rectangle. You'll discover that when I tap it again, it's a dot appears. When I tap this one again now, you see a dot appears. That's what is called the anchor point. So what I'll do is I'll move the anchor point to the top there. You see it says swipe here to move pivot point. All right, it's also called anchor point. That's what is written at the bottom there. All right, so that's it. Just make sure it's at the edge. Yeah, that works. And then the next thing you want to do now is just move in a little bit and then add a keyframe here and then come to the next 15 frames and then just move this up. You see that moves up. If the anchor point was at the center, it will drag from top and the bottom to the middle. It will drag it from the top and the bottom and come to the middle. All right, but since you have moved the anchor point to the top, that's why it moves up without the edge at the top coming to the center. All right, so that's how you do it. Okay, now that is done, what you need to do now is, oh sorry, I must have. So what I'll need to do now is I'll switch the anchor point now. So let me switch the anchor point. I'll bring this one here, bring this one here. So now you know that you can also do that now. All right, my mistake has taught you something else. All right, so you can always switch anchor points. All right, you can always switch anchor points. All right, so that's it now. Nice. And now that we have that, we can then animate our shape 1 now. Now I can add a keyframe here. At the move now, add a keyframe, and then as this draws down, you drag this here. So you have something like that. Beautiful. And we are done, guys. We are just done. Right? The last part is that little white square that appeared at the top right. All right, so what we'll do is we'll come here at the middle here, and then we'll just add that, drag it here, and then like we did with that one, tap the move and then bring the anchor point to the bottom left here, the tip of the bottom left. Yes, so now we can add a keyframe at your move, your transform, add a keyframe there, and then come forward a little bit, add a keyframe, go back then, and then reduce this, you see. So that gives us something like that. So you have this, you can drag it in a little bit, change the color to white, and voila. So all that is left for you to do now is bring in your text, add your text, and you are done. All right, let's move to the second one.
Oh, hey there. Videography basically is projecting the image that you want your audience to see. For instance, you think I'm in a car? No, I'm not. Neither am I in this flamboyant office. In this day and age, you can put yourself just about anywhere you want, depending on what you want your audience to see. If you want to learn how to do this using just your smartphone, click on the link below this video and I'll show you how. go ahead, click on the link, and I'll see you on the other side.
Now for the second one, I think I'll just blow this up also. Now for the second one, we are creating the same square outline. All right, so as usual, 700 and but this time I want this one to be a little bit longer than that. All right, so we don't want the fill color, so we switch it off, go to our outline and increase that and enable the so we have something like that. Okay, so now we'll change the color to what we want it to be, and then what you would now do is go to your move and transform. I'm going to add a keyframe to that point there. Add a keyframe, come to okay, so we are having, let me move away from the first one. Yeah, so yeah, good. Okay, so we come here, can go back now and add your first keyframe at your move, add a keyframe here, and then here add a keyframe there, then come back, and then on this one, now you see if I drag this, you see it's coming to the center, it's dragging from up to the center, and that is what we don't want, right? That is the reason for moving the anchor point to the top. I'm sure you are getting the gist now. All right, so now we'll go back and tap again, move the anchor point to the top right there. Yeah, so we can go back here now and then adjust this like that. Beautiful. Now, as a matter of fact, we might not even be okay. I think what we need to do first is I'll adjust this, because at this point we don't want this animation here now. So at this point I'll drag this to 1 second forward and then drag the second one to 15 frames forward. I hope you are following me. All right, this is the next, this one I just did now is the next animation, not the first one. All right, the first one, this is the first animation. Now the first animation, you add a keyframe here, and then I'll add a keyframe almost at the second one, add a keyframe there, and then come here and I'll reduce this like so. Now this is the first animation. I hope you are getting it now. Please don't be confused. Let's adjust this a little bit inside, yeah, so we don't get that extra. Yeah, so this is our first animation and that is the second. All right, so you get why we adjusted all those ones now. So this is the one you do first, do this one first and then do this one next. All right, so we have something like this. All right, now the next one is that bounce. So it comes bounce up and then return back. Okay, so that's what we are going to do now. At this point now, close to this one, you add a keyframe and then come to this point and then reduce this like that. So you have open, come down, bounce and close like that. So and then at this point we are just done with everything that has to do with this one. So the last part is you come here, add, and then you can add that little square, that rectangle that popped out as this goes up. Okay, So just drag this here. I'll bring it to the bottom. All right, so as this goes up, this appears. All right, so I'll come here at this stage, at this point. I'll come here. Now the first thing you want to do is add you can just add, see, all this thing I'm showing you, I'm just trying to show you a different way of doing this thing actually. Okay, I'm just trying to show you a different way. You can just use your wipe that you are used to, just use your wipe effect and wipe transition in from bottom. All right, so transition in up, just use transition in up, you are done. All right, I'm just trying to show you another way that you can do this. Okay, so you can stick to your wipe and just wipe from down to bottom, and simple, you are done. All right, so I'll add the keyframe. I'll bring this to the bottom here. Good. And then I'll come to my transform. I'll add a keyframe here because that's where I want it to be at this point. And then I'll go to the beginning, and then I'll add a keyframe, and then I'll drag it down like that. So we'll have something like this. I hope you get it now. All right, so let me shift it a little bit upward. So we'll have, yeah, that is too much. Reduce it a little bit. Beautiful. And that's it. So boom, like that, and then you can just bring in your text and you are done. I hope we understand it. So that's the two animations. All you need to do now is bring in your texts and you are done. That's it, guys, for this section. The next one I'll also do another two. I'll just do them like that so we can follow each other. Please, if you have not subscribed to the channel, I think now is a good time to subscribe. Come on, guys, come on, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. That is if you are getting a value from all these things I'm doing. All right, if you are not getting a value, don't bother, but if you are getting values, please subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up. It helps the channel to grow. It helps others to see the video. Okay, so give it a big thumbs up, and then you can also comment in the comment section below for YouTube algorithm to notice that we are busy here. Thank you very much.